What's happening? Spice King Keith Lorren here today, and I'm going to show you how to make 3 fabulous dishes. We're going to make a steamed coconut snapper, a curry fried rice, and we're also going to make a Caribbean style sauteed callaloo, which is like a spinach. You're going to love it. You're going to be able to do this all in under 20 minutes, a full course meal. So the first thing you have to go out and do is go and buy the best spices in the world. Made by myself, the Spice King Keith Lorren, the man who invented cooking. And you can get them at Stop and Shop Big Y, at Jewel, Osco, and coming to Walmart this August. Now these are our ingredients to start the fish. We have garlic, we have ginger, we have onions, scallions, red peppers, okra, carrots, squash, potatoes, fresh thyme. We also have allspice, and we have clove and black pepper. So I'm preparing our fish, already washed it, and I'm cutting slits in both sides so that all the flavor can get directly into the fish. And this is how you do that. You cut along the side and then cut slits along. Now I'm going to clean the fish with lemon. I'm going to rub the outside of the lemon peels over the inside and outside of the fish. And I'm going to use the best spices in the world, made by the Spice King Keith Lorren. We're going to use our seasoned sea salt. Listen, if you're using that other stuff in the stores, your food ain't what it's need to be. It's not as good as it could be. Go out and buy the best spices in the world. We're using the Gourmet All-Purpose by Keith Lorren, and we're also using the seasoned sea salt. We have a seafood seasoning you could use also, but it's going to give you an entirely different flavor. And today we're just making Caribbean flavor, so that's why I'm using the all-purpose seasoning, because it's more generalized. Okay, so now we're going to season inside and out with both of the spices. Now we're also going to take a little bit of Scotch bonnet pepper. If you don't have the fresh pepper, you can use the Keith Lorren Scotch bonnet pepper sauce, and we're going to sprinkle it on the outside, on the inside, and we're going to rub it all up in and out of that fish. It's really going to give a fantastic flavor. There's nothing worse than bland food, and I make it a promise to show you guys how you can make your lives taste better in every single way. So to make the sauce for our seafood, we're going to add a little bit of coconut oil in our pan, and we're going to use some old African techniques. We're going to scent the oil. So we're going to scent it with Scotch bonnet peppers, allspice, clove, and a little bit of black pepper. We're going to put that in here and saute it up a little bit, because all of the flavor gets into those oils and coats your nasal passages. Next, we're adding our garlic and ginger, our black pepper, so we can get it nice and toasty. And now we're going to add our coconut milk. Now, anytime you're using coconut milk, you always want to have a perfect balance. So we're adding just a little bit of sugar. I'm using unbleached sugar. We're adding a little bit of salt and a little bit of the Keith Lorren chicken bouillon. We're also going to add a little bit of the all-purpose seasoning. And we're going to remember that we're seasoning in layers. The all-purpose seasoning, you're going to love it. You have to go out and get it. I just tasted it. It's perfect. Now we're going to readjust the seasoning, add a little bit more all-purpose, and then we're going to add our fish in. Now we're going to add our vegetables. So I'm adding our squash. I'm adding our red bell peppers, our potatoes, our carrots, our green scallions, our green onions. We also have fresh okra in here. We have tomatoes. You literally can put any kind of vegetables you like, but I'm going the traditional route and using the Caribbean style vegetables. We're also adding onions and fresh thyme in here, and now we're going to add a little bit of okra. Now the okra I love because it has so much nutrients. It's good for men. It just, boosts your whole health all over. And you can see how beautiful this dish is. It's so aromatic, so flavorful, and with anything you have to top it off with butter for a great flavor. I'm adding the butter directly on top of each piece of fish, so that when it melts down, it gets all into the meat. It just makes it so delectable. And I promise you, the gravy from this is so amazing. It's on a whole nother level. It's so delicious. To finish it, we're going to add fresh parsley, fresh cilantro if you like, and green onions. And we're going to top it off with a little bit more of the all-purpose seasoning. Head over to Stop and Shop, Big Y, Walmart, to get them, and Jewel, Osco. Now we're going to make our fried rice. Now the components of this fried rice are very simple. I'm starting off with a little bit of olive oil, and I have very basic ingredients here. We have bacon. Bacon makes everything better. So I'm rendering the bacon. I want my bacon really nice and crispy. If you don't want to use bacon, you can use turkey bacon or whatever. Now I'm going to add our green peas, our garlic, our onion, and saute it. If you want to add bean sprouts to this, you can add other vegetables like cabbage. You can make it your own, but I'm going the simple route here. And now I'm going to add 1 egg. I'm going to saute the egg, and now we're going to be able to add our rice. So once you add the rice, you can start tossing all of these ingredients together like so. If you want to add a splash of soy sauce, you can at this point, but it doesn't need it. It's good without it. Next, with all great dishes, you got to have butter. So I'm adding a little bit of butter, and I'm adding it in cold so that it can saute and melt as it's cooking. That way your butter doesn't brown or overly cook. Now I'm adding the Keith Lorren Caribbean curry powder. Listen, if you want a great flavor, you got to cook with the Spice King. It's really that serious. It's a beautiful taste, very aromatic. Now I'm coming in with a little bit of the all-purpose seasoning to exemplify that flavor, and we're gonna sprinkle it on top and just keep sauteing it, and so it's nice and golden brown. It's fried rice, so my temperature's on high. Okay, now I'm just finishing this off with green onions and cilantro, and now our beautiful rice dish is finished. It's really amazing. It's a great way to turn leftover rice into something new. Now to make our callaloo, we're going to use a little bit of onions, garlic, and scallion, and a little bit of coconut oil. Very simple. And now we're just going to add our callaloo. Callaloo is a very nutritious vegetable. I would say it's a combination of spinach and collard greens. That's what it reminds me of. But it just has a wonderful buttery light taste. So if you can't find the Caribbean callaloo, you know, add a little bit of collard green and spinach, you know, it'd be great. Next, I'm gonna add a little bit of the Keith Lorren seasoned sea salt, some black pepper. I'm adding a little bit of homemade chicken stock, a reduction that I made earlier, and I'm just gonna saute this. Very simple. Just keep tossing it. Now to finish it, we're gonna add a little bit of butter. Butter makes everything better. And we're gonna just saute it until it's perfect, and it's that simple. It's done. If you want to readjust the flavor, you can. I'm adding a little bit of the Keith Lorren all-purpose seasoning, a pinch more of the seasoned sea salt, and a splash more of the chicken stock. And now I'm adding a Scotch bonnet pepper in here just to flavor it. This is my nephew. Yeah, we have dinner. We have curry fried rice. We have steamed snapper, and we have Jamaican callaloo vegetable. You like that? Say bye. Say bye. Bye-bye. If you like this video, make sure to check out my other videos on YouTube. Check out my website, keithlorren.com. And check out my spices, which are coming to Walmart stores this August. Big wide grocery stores, Stop and Shop, and also Jewel Osco, all in the month of August. Thanks for watching.